Hello guys, welcome back to Chinda DIY. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to crochet a cable corset top. It is an easy pattern and friendly for beginners. And for this corset top, it can fit for size small and medium. But in this tutorial, I also showing you how to make the top more bigger for any size. Okay, now let's get started. First thing first, make a slip knot. And make the foundation chain by multiply by 4. For me, I make 68 chains. If you guys want your top more bigger, you can add more chains by multiply by 4. But I recommend you guys don't have to make the top really fit around your bust. You have to leave a big space at your back part because we have the back tie. It's easy to adjust the top and easy to wear and take off. If you guys wondering why I make this foundation chain really short, it is just a sample showing you how to crochet the stitches. You just follow the pattern that I show in this video. And after you got 68 chains or after you got your desired fit, and then add one more chain. In total, I have 69 chains. And next, we are going to make the bow crochet stitch. For row 1, skip 3 chains and make the bow crochet into the 4th chain. To make the bow crochet, yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. And now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. For the 3 chains that we skipped, we also count it as a stitch. Keep making the bow crochet into every chain until you reach the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. And this is what it looks like after you reach the end of the row. Next, for row 2, chain 1. For chain 1, we don't count as a stitch. Turn your work and make single crochet into the stitch near chain 1. To make single crochet, insert a hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. And now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. Keep making single crochet into every stitch until you reach the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, like I said, for this chain 3 that we skipped, we also count as a stitch, so you have to work in single crochet into it. And this is what it looks like. Next, for row 3, chain 3. For chain 3, we also count as a stitch. Then turn your work. Skip the stitch that near chain 3 and make the bow crochet into the next stitch. And now you must have 2 stitches. And then we are going to make front post treble crochet. To begin, skip 3 stitches, include the chain stitch, and make front post treble crochet into the 4th stitch. To make front post treble crochet, yarn over twice. Insert the hook from front to the back between the posts of the row below, and then from back to front between the posts. And this is what the back should looks like, and this is what the front side looks like. Then yarn over and pull through the post. And now you must have 4 loops on the hook. Then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. And yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. This is how we made front post treble crochet. Then repeat the same thing into the next stitch. After you got 2 front post treble crochet, and then we are going to make 1 more front post treble crochet across these 2 front posts into the 3rd stitch that we skipped. And this is what the cable stitch looks like. At the beginning of the row, you must have 2 stitches, as you can see. And after you have made a cable stitch, and then make double crochet into the next stitch. After you have made double crochet, if you want to make sure that you're working the stitch into the right stitch, you can turn your work, count 3 stitches and make double crochet into the 4th stitch. So these 3 stitches that we skip, it is for 3 front post treble crochet stitches. And then skip 2 stitches and we are going to make front post treble crochet into the 3rd stitch. And then make another front post into the next stitch. And after you got 2 front post treble crochet, and then we are going to make 1 more front post into the 2nd stitch that we skipped. And this is what the 2nd cable stitch looks like. Remember, between these both cable stitch, you must have a double crochet stitch in the middle. And next, make double crochet into the next stitch. And then we are going to make front post treble crochet again. As you can see, we have a double crochet stitch in between this cable stitch. And next, keep repeating this until you have 2 last stitches, then I will meet you back again. And after you have made cable stitch and have 2 last stitches, as you can see at the end of the row we have 2 last stitches remain. It's the same number like at the beginning of the row. We have 2 stitches. Continue make double crochet into these 2 last stitches. And after you reach the end of the row, and this is what the cable stitch looks like. Next, for row 4, please repeat like row 2 by chain 1, turn your work, and make single crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. And after you reach the end of the row, next for row 5, chain 3, then turn your work, skip the stitch then near chain 3 and make double crochet into the next stitch. After you have made a double crochet, then make front post treble crochet stitch into this middle treble crochet stitch. By skip this first treble crochet stitch and make the front post treble crochet stitch into the middle part, which is the second stitch. And then make another front post treble crochet stitch into the third stitch. After you have made 2 front post treble crochet, then make front post treble crochet across into the first stitch that we skipped. And this is what the cable stitch looks like. Next, make double crochet into the next stitch. As you can see at the back of the stitch, we have skipped 3 stitches and made double crochet into the 4th stitch. And next, keep repeating this until you reach the end of the row, then we'll meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, you must end with 2 double crochet stitches. It's like where we start at the beginning of the row. For the next row, please keep repeating row 4 and row 5. It means that you have to make 1 row with single crochet and 1 row with front post treble crochet stitch until you reach row 20. Then I will meet you back again. And this is what the cable stitch looks like after you reach row 20. For the measurement from row 1 until row 20, it is equal 6.5 inches. If you guys want your corset top more longer, you can add more rows. After you got 20 rows or after you got your desired fit, next, fold this top into 2 pieces and use the stitch marker to mark at the middle part of it. For this top, I have 16 cable stitches. It means that we have 8 cable stitches for both sides. And next, count 3 cable stitches and mark at the double crochet stitch, or count 13 stitches and mark at the 14th stitch. And then count the same number to the other side. And then we are going to make the crease, which is the V part of the corset. For you guys that make different size, you can try the top on your body and mark it where the underneath of your underarm. Make sure that you mark at a double crochet stitch, which is the stitch after the cable stitch. And next, turn your top, then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. And then attach the yarn into the stitch in front of the stitch where we mark. For row 1, chain 3. And then we are going to make the crease by make the double crochet 2 together into the next stitch. To make the double crochet 2 together, yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now you have 2 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and insert the hook into the next loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now you must have 2 double crochet with 3 loops on the hook. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. This is how we make the double crochet decrease. Then don't forget use stitch marker to mark at this decreasing stitch. After you have made decrease, then make double crochet into the next stitch. After you have made double crochet, then make a cable stitch by make front post treble crochet. Keep repeating this until you have 3 last stitches from the stitch marker. Then I will meet you back again. After you have 3 last stitches, then we are going to make the double crochet decrease by make the double crochet 3 together. It is the same thing like we made decrease at the beginning of the row, but make 3 double crochet together. After you have made 3 double crochet together, next for row 2, chain 1, turn your work, skip 1 stitch, then you chain 1, and we are going to make single crochet decrease 2 stitches together. To make single crochet decrease, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you have 2 loops on your hook. Then continue insert the hook into the next loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you have 3 loops on the hook. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. After you have made decrease, don't forget to use stitch marker to mark at this decreasing stitch. And then continue make single crochet into every stitch until you have 3 last stitches. Then I will meet you back again. And after you have 3 last stitches, then we are going to make single crochet decrease by make single crochet 3 together. After you have made single crochet 3 together, next for row 3 chain 3, turn your work, skip one stitch that needs chain 3, and we are going to make double crochet decrease by make double crochet 2 together. After you have made double crochet 2 together, then make a double crochet into the next stitch, and after you have made a double crochet, then make cable stitch by make front post treble crochet. Keep repeating this until you have 3 last stitches, then you have to make double crochet decrease again, but make double crochet 3 together. After you have made double crochet 3 together, for the next row, please keep repeating row 2 and row 3 until you reach row 8, then I will meet you back again. And this is what it looks like after you reach row 8. I still have 7 stitches left because I don't want the V part of the corset looks really pointy. For you guys that make bigger size, you can keep decreasing. And next, chain 1 and cut off the yarn. And next, we are going to make single crochet around this bottom edge as a border. To begin, attach the yarn into the corner stitch and chain 1. Make single crochet into every stitch around until you reach the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. This is what it looks like after you have made single crochet around this bottom edge. Next, we are going to make the back part of the top. For row 1, continue from where your last stitch is and chain 3. Then make double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. For row 2 until row 5, chain 3, turn your work, and make double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. And this is what it looks like after you cut 5 rows of double crochet. Then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. If you guys want your back part more longer, you can add more rows. And next, attach the yarn to the other side and repeat the same thing. And now we are done for the back part, and this is what it looks like. And next, we are going to make the neckline or the strap. As you can see, I already did one strap. For both straps, we repeat the same thing, it's just a little bit different. So this is the middle stitch marker. So count 1 cable stitch from the middle stitch marker and use another stitch marker to mark at the double crochet stitch. Then repeat the same thing to the other side by count 1 cable stitch from the middle stitch marker and use another stitch marker to mark at the double crochet stitch. And then count 6 cable stitches from the middle stitch marker and then mark at the double crochet stitch. And don't forget to count the same number to the other side by count 6 cables from the middle stitch marker and then mark at the double crochet stitch. So for the left strap, we start from the last stitch marker by attach the yarn into the stitch that you mark. Then for row 1, chain 3, and we are going to make the crease by make front post treble crochet 3 together. It is like we make the regular cable stitch, but you have to leave 2 loops on the hook. After you got 2 loops on the hook, then yarn over twice and continue repeat the same thing into the next stitch. So we are not gonna pull the yarn through the last loop, you just leave 1 loop there. And now you have 3 loops on the hook. Then yarn over twice again and make the front post treble crochet across into the first stitch of the row below. and then don't pull the yarn through the last loop. And now you must have 4 loops on the hook, then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. This is how we make decrease for front post treble crochet stitch or for cable stitch. And next, make double crochet into the next stitch. After you have made double crochet, and then make the cable stitch. Keep repeating this until you have 4 last stitches from your stitch marker. Then we meet you back again. After you have 4 last stitches, then we are going to make cable stitch decrease like we did at the beginning of the row. After you have made front post treble crochet 3 together, then make double crochet into the last stitch, which is the stitch that we mark. After you have made a double crochet, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, we have 1 cable row in front of the decreasing part, and you must have 2 cable rows in the middle of decreasing stitch of the strap. Next, for row 2, chain 1, turn your work, skip 1 stitch, then you chain 1 and make single crochet decrease by making single crochet 2 together. After you have made single crochet 2 together, then continue make single crochet into every stitch until you have 3 last stitches. Then I will meet you back again. And after you have 3 last stitches, then make single crochet decrease by making single crochet 3 together. Then make single crochet decrease by making single crochet 3 together. Next, for row 3, chain 3, turn your work, and we are going to make cable stitch decrease again. After you have made cable stitch decrease, then make double crochet into the next stitch and make normal cable stitch until you have 4 last stitches. Then I will meet you back again. And after you have 4 last stitches, then make cable stitch decrease again. And after you have made cable stitch decrease, then make double crochet into the last stitch. And this is what it looks like. Next, for row 4, chain 1, turn your work, skip 1 stitch and make single crochet into every stitch until you have 2 last stitches. Then make decrease by making single crochet 2 together. After you have made single crochet decrease, next for row 5, chain 3, turn your work and make double crochet into the next stitch. Then make normal cable stitch. After you have made normal cable stitch, then make double crochet decrease by making double crochet 2 together. And this is what it looks like. You must have 1 cable row remain. Next, for row 6, chain 1, turn your work and make single crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. after you have made single crochet. And next, for row 7, chain 3, turn your work, make cable stitch. And then make double crochet into the last stitch. After you have made double crochet, and this is what it looks like. Like I said, you must have one cable stitch or one cable row remain. It is for a strap part. For the next row, you just keep repeating row 6 and row 7 until you reach row 33. Then I will meet you back again. And this is what the neckline of the top looks like. It should look curved. And this is what the strap looks like after you reach row 33. For the measurement from row 1 until row 33, it is equal 11 inches. If you guys want your strap more longer, please add more rows. And next, we are going to attach the back strap into the back part of the top. To begin, turn the strap wrong side out. And then we are going to make single crochet both sides together. By insert the hook into both sides loop. Yarn over and pull through both sides loop, and now you have 2 loops on the hook. Then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Keep repeating this into every stitch until you reach the end of the strap. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, and this is what the wrong side looks like. Then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. For the right side strap, we repeat the same thing like the left strap. The difference is you just attach the yarn from the second stitch marker, which is after the middle stitch marker. And then repeat the same thing like the left strap. For you guys that make bigger size, just remember you have to count the odd number to make decrease for the strap. Next, I'm gonna show you how to make this bow. To begin, leave a long tail of yarn. If you guys want to make your bow bigger, you have to leave a long tail of yarn. And after you have leave a long tail of yarn, then make a slip knot. And then hold the tail of the yarn and yarn over from the front to the back of the hook, as you can see. And don't forget to hold this bottom part. Then yarn over the front strand of yarn and pull through these 2 loops. Keep repeating this until you got 50 chains or 50 stitches. Then I will meet you back again. After you got 50 stitches, and as you can see, for the tail of the yarn it looks shorter, and then leave a front tail of yarn a little bit longer and cut it off. Then tie both tails together. For the remaining yarn, use the knit needle to weave in into the stitch. And next, cut a short tail of yarn. Then create a bow shape and use this short tail of yarn to tie at the middle of the bow. And now we are done for the bow part. And next, for the string to tie at the back, you just repeat the same thing like the string of the bow. Like I said, if you guys want to make the string more longer, you just leave a long tail of yarn before you make the slip knot. And now your cape bow corset top is done. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to click like and leave a positive comment down below. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to follow me on my social medias. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.